I can't believe it, you guys. Can you? The time is actually here. Yay! Let's go. We have 50 squares, each in a different pattern, hence it's a sampler square blanket, to now set out in whichever order we choose to join up and then to border. Oh, I can't believe it. We made it. We really did it. Now, the first thing to do before we start is to measure our squares again. Measure them against each other. Measure them against your ruler and make them as close as you possibly can. Some may need another row on the top and some may need a row taken off. And also take into account the fact that some of the stitches are more stretchy than others. So do that as well and you'll be able to figure out their correct size. As you know, I did 49 squares, so I was aiming for 7 by 7. I did one extra square. I did a 50th square and that was to remove this one. This is that waistcoat stitch that looks like knit. And it just did not turn out well. I can already see here 2 errors and they stand out like nothing else. So that one is going to be set aside and I will use square number 50 instead. Now I want to show you something else while I've got these set out. They kind of look about the same size, but look how stretchy that one is. I feel like that needs to lose 1 row off the top, and I am going to take the time to do this because I want them to sit properly. So I'm going to go through, and I suggest you do too, go through all of your squares, check out the sizings, and then you'll be much happier with the end result. Now, once you're happy with your sizing of your squares, I have a really brilliant tip. Now, you would only use this tip if you're going to do the continuous join as you go method using granny clusters as your join. Because this isn't a granny square and doesn't have obvious spaces for you to crochet the granny clusters into, what we do is crochet a slip stitch all the way around and it gives a more even spacing as to where to place your clusters. Yarn end in your right hand, make a loop around 2 fingers on the left, pull up that loop through the centre and you've got a movable slip knot. Now the reason that they do a slip knot for this instead of a single crochet is purely aesthetics. So you could do a single crochet if you preferred. But I myself don't want the little gaps that you will see under the single crochets. So pop your hook in the corner and pull up a loop. Pull that loop through the one on your hook. Now you're going to work your way, working on even spacing, doing a slip stitch all the way around your squares. I probably could have mentioned this way back in the piece and then we could have done them at the end of each square, but that's another story. I'm going to talk about that at New Year's resolution time. Jill does not think ahead, not very well anymore. So we're playing catch up here. Of course, you can do the continuous join as you go without this slip stitch round, but look how beautiful and neat that is. Oh my goodness. Okay, it is a real game changer for aesthetics, that's for sure. All right, so we're just slip stitching, which is easy on the top and the bottom. The sides is where things get a little bit hairy. So let's see how we go. I'm calling that one the corner. I'm just going to do a chain 1 and another slip stitch in the corner. Now the sides are a whole lot of guessing, aren't they? You've got to work in where you can, yet also try and have your spacing right. So this one's going okay. I seem to be able to fit 2 slip stitches in each stitch. This is definitely a part of this project that you would sit down and do in front of the TV or a podcast, albeit relaxing. Just the motion is nice and relaxing. I just like to do 2 things at one time, then I don't feel like I'm wasting time. Okay, the corner, so I've done a slip stitch there, chain 1 and another slip stitch. Let's have a look. That really does finish it off very nicely indeed. Let's do a little bit of a continuous join as you go, just to see how it works out. Okay, I'm starting in a corner with a double crochet. I'm going to do 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1 and another 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. Now I'm going to skip 1, 2 and work into the next one. Okay, making sure that I've gone underneath that slip stitch. 1, 2 and 3. 1, I'm going to skip 2. You are going to have to fudge this a little bit at the end because we weren't as perfectionistic and didn't count or do maths for the final round, which is your join. Just need to get myself under there. 1. Got to be careful that you stay under the slip stitch. That's it. 1, 2 and 3. I'll whiz along and I'll meet you back at the end. This is what we're looking like at the end of a row. It is really neat. It really is. So it's totally up to you whether you feel up to doing another round around every square, all 50 or 49 of them or more. I think someone's done extras, which also is a great idea. Anyway, see how you feel about that technique, and I'll be interested to see if any of you use it. If you want to, you can do diagonal stripes. If you wanted to reduce the size of the blanket to 6 by 7, you can do the horizontal stripes. You could choose to go random. I'm quite liking the look of this one. And the last method is to place your squares as they have come up in the video series. So number 1, 2, 3 and 4, I had to just fiddle around so I could start the square with the light blue and then go with the light tan stone colour. But then after that, it all works up in order of pattern. Took me a little while to get going there, didn't it? But as much as I can do, that is each pattern in order of how they come on the video series. Except, of course, the waistcoat stitch. That's replaced by the zigzag cable. Okay, my lovelies, my job today is to now go and rectify some of the squares that are just a little bit too tall, and then I will get to and do a video on how to join your sampler squares. I'm going to give you 3 options. That was 2. 3 options. Okay, of course you can use whichever one you like. It doesn't have to be one of the 3 that I suggest, but I just want to help you along the way. So let's be really patient. Let's finish these squares off nicely and we will be so happy with the end result. I'll talk to you really soon. Bye for now.